Chapter 12, Reunion. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Remember to subscribe. Japan! You stand frozen before the painting. You've risked everything for, unable to look away from the person striding towards you. Rowan, this can't be possible. I have to say, this isn't quite what I had in mind for our reunion, Elliot. But I suppose we'll have to make do. Rowan, I watched you die. This doesn't make sense. You take in his upscale clothing, the auctioneer cowering behind him, a pit beginning to form in your stomach. You don't look like someone who's been forced into hiding. Callum's brow knits together as he looks between you and your former partner. His hand reaches for your shoulder. Jones, be careful. They're quick to judge. But then what would I expect from Gaia's favorite little pet?
Agent, who is this? What is going on?
To quote my favorite rogue, I've had a bad feeling about this. Something is... Rowan, how are you here? As much as I'd like to stay and chat, you're in my way. No, and you're avoiding the question. Rowan produces a small knife from his jacket, one you've seen him use 1,000 times, and holds it between his two fingers. Sorry about this. With a flick of his wrist, the knife flies and sticks into the ground an inch before your feet, right into the path of the laser. Oh, your weird X just lit up the entire building. More security incoming. Oh dear! The auctioneer flees as the lasers flick off. Vivian kills the alarm, but you can already hear the heavy footfall of more guards closing in. Can you hear me? The guests are evacuating. I finally shut down the lasers. Hey, hands off the goods, buddy. No, I need to stay here! Screams, static crackle over the comms before Vivian's voice abruptly cuts out. Rowan, what the hell is going on? What are you doing? Let's dance, Elliot, for old time's sake. Without warning, he spins into a roundhouse kick, heel aimed at your chest. Duck. He's fast, but you know his moves. You duck under his foot as it arches over your head. Still sharp, I see. That's good. At least your new partner's keeping you in shape. You crouch, watching his next move as the guards descend on Callum. You're the one who knocked me out. As he rushes him, he disarms him, knocking his baton to the floor. Should have hit you a little harder then. Rowan gears up for another blow, body coiled to spring. You dance back out of his range, and he growls in frustration. Rowan, stop. You come back from the dead, and the first thing you try to do is knock my head off? Why are you fighting me? I thought that would be obvious, but then I always was the brainier of the two of us. I'm here for the painting I purchased. If that's true, you've got some stiff competition. There's Gaia, Japanese intelligence, a little pest who refers himself as the contractor. Pest feels a bit harsh. He is the contractor, Elliot. Oh my god, we're all shocked, said no one. The truth of it sits ice cold in your stomach. Ron stares back at you as horror turns you numb. No, it can't be. That would mean you're... working for the architect? Rowan aims his fist at your ribs. You sidestep the attack, but Rowan captures his leg around your hip, pulling you close. I have my reasons. Every atom in your body yearns for him. His scent washes over you, intoxicating you, bringing every memory to the surface. You hesitate, and Rowan strikes. He uses your weight against you, throwing you to the ground. You wince as Rowan steps over your prone body towards forsaken freedom. You're betraying Gaia and me. You catch him by the ankle, and he spares a glance back at you. Sorry, Elliot, but I have a job to do. You'll get over it. Rowan, I don't want to fight you, but I will. I know all your tricks. I dare you just to try. You roll to your feet, pulling his foot out from under him, but he catches himself landing upright at the last second. Maybe most of my tricks, but certainly not all of them. Rowan advances, but you maintain the defensive, blocking every one of his moves. The two of you edge closer and closer to the painting. As Rowan turns to it, you block his path. You always had to get in the way, Elliot, but I guess that's why I fell in love with you. If you love me, then think about what you're doing. Jones, we've got incoming. Callum points at the doors, as Vivian predicted. More guards fled into the vault.
They just keep coming.
Callum raises his fists. Gerardo crouches into a defensive pose, readying to face the onslaught. Ready to see phantoms in action, Gerardo?
Yes, but whatever they throw at you, don't shoot the guards. They're just doing the jobs. On your left.
Stop right there! You turn to find a security guard bearing down on you, a gun aimed at your forehead. Can we settle this misunderstanding over a friendly drink? No. How about a good old-fashioned... throat to the punch. Or, wow, throat to the punch. Punch to the throat. Hi, brain, how are you? You're working, right? You duck beneath the guard's shot, then jump back up, a quick jab at your arm. The guard staggers back, holding your throat, coughing and sputtering. Callum shoots you a grin as he dodges his own blow. Good work, partner. Should have taken that drink.
Watch out, Elliot!
Gerardo pushes you out of the way of the guard's baton. You return the favor and kick the guard, sending him flying across the room. I guess I owe you one now.
I say we're about as even at this point.
Rowan uses the distraction to reach the Forsaken Freedom, but Callum cuts him off. You have to get through me first. Give up already, Phantoms. This is a lost cause. I don't think it's really him. I think it's like a face-off type of situation. For you, I agree. Callum aims a kick at Rowan, who dodges the move, but you see another guard lining up a shot at Callum. Take a 9. Disarm him. You quickly weave to the side and rush forward, yanking his weapon away.
What?
You knock him unconscious with the butt of his gun, then unload the firearm before dropping it to the floor. Good night. Cute. Yes, I am. Callum's gaze turns to his next target, while Gerardo keeps up a steady fight against the security guard, evading and striking with practiced ease. Stop talking and surrender. Shouldn't you be teaching the kids at Hartfeld with a hospital, or, you know... Gerardo grabs a man's arm and spins around, pinning the guard behind his arm behind his back.
It's like a dance. You spin and pin, and then...
Gerardo smashes his elbow into the guard's symbol, and the guard crumples to the ground.
He goes down with ease.
Nice. I've gotta try that arm lock sometime. Jones! Callum's voice rings through the vault. You glance back towards Forsaken Freedom and stop short. This dance has gone on long enough. In the chaos, you're left painting unguarded. Rowan's hand lazily trails along the frame. Don't touch it! Rowan gives you a mocking little salute as his hand closes around the Forsaken Freedom, and then he runs. Rowan, stop. Rowan darts through the open doorway, and you give chase, but another guard descends on you as you exit the vault. Callum hesitates and slides under his arm and sights still on his target. Callum, wait. You try to follow, but the guard is wise to your tricks, blocking your path forward.
Don't get any ideas.
Who, me? I would never. Your finger twitches as the guard rushes forward, baton raised high. Put him in an arm lock. You wait until the guard is close enough and then feint to one side.
I've got you! Huh?
You sidestep the baton, grab the guard's lowered arm, twisting it around him, pin him up behind his back. Oh! You bring your elbow down sharply on his head, making him crumple. Looks like I have you.
Perfectly done, Agent. Colombian priest.
Gerardo looks back from where you came. Some of the guards are stirring as more close in on your location.
Now go. I'll hold the rest of them off.
Now that the path is clear, you race down the hall, flying past rooms of fine art, statues, tracking the sounds of Rowan and Callum's shouts. You round the corner to find Callum pinned to the ground, with Rowan holding a foot to his neck. I gotta admit, you have moves. It's a shame you don't know when to fight dirty. Rowan, step away from my partner. Partner? That's a little fast, don't you think? Even for you. Caught off guard, Callum knocks Rowan away before rolling back up to his feet, rubbing his throat with a glower. Ugh. What was that about fighting dirty? He searched Callum's eyes from across the room, trying to gauge the severity of his injuries. You okay? I'll be better when we apprehend him. Then you'll be waiting a while. With one swift movement, Rowan topples the nearest cabinet on Callum, pinning him on the floor. Come on, dude, you're supposed to be agile. Callum rushed forward, trying to lift the heavy cabinet and broken glass away from Callum. His legs pinned, and bloody cuts pepper his own hands. You've always got to be the hero, don't you, Elliot? As you strain to free Callum, Rowan takes off. You glance between Callum and Rowan's retreating form torn. Elliot, I'll be fine. Stop him. You chase Rowan through the rest of the museum, the sounds of the battle fading behind you. Just give up, Elliot. I'll never give up on you. You gain on a silhouette as he pulls various cabinets, chairs, tables into your path. You glide over them. You only focus on catching Rowan. He makes a sudden left turn, his boots squealing on the shining floor, and you follow. You reach your hand out. He's just inches away. You slam into him, tackling him to the ground, and the painting skids across the floor. Let go of me! Rowan writhes in your grip, trying to shake you loose, but you hold on tight. Stop, Rowan, just stop, it's over. He stills, all the fight gone out of him, and glances over his shoulder at you. He looks almost defeated. Elliot, I know you don't understand, but I'm doing what I need in order to make a better world. A better world? The architects killed and terrorized people, and now, so have you. No, the architect might seem bad, but he's doing this for the people. He's taking away the power from those who shouldn't have it to begin with. We don't have to be on separate sides. You could always come with. Everything could go back to how it was. We could help people on our own terms. What are you talking about? I'll tell you. Ask me whatever you want. Get me right where you want me. You stare down at the man you loved, hardly recognize him as the heartbeat pulses in your ears. Really? I still don't know. I still don't trust it. We'll see. You hesitantly loosen your grip on his arms. He turns to face you. You'll answer anything? Anything. You got me fair and square. You try to laugh a little, but it's strangled in your throat. Rowan smiles helplessly back at you. Rowan, I don't understand you're alive, but I saw you, I felt you. Reach into your pocket and take out the necklace you've been carrying with you. His necklace. My necklace? He steps closer to you, reaching out to touch it. Oh, Elliot, all this time? Of course. I missed you so much. You gently take his hand in yours. His skin is warm and yours calloused and familiar. Elliot. You take a moment to simply look at his palm, brushing your thumb against his knuckles and remembering a different time. You have a new scar on your thumb. You have a few new scars yourself. You draw your gaze back to his face, unable to forget the reason you're here. Slowly, you let go, pulling away. Rowan, I need the truth, all of it. You're right. You deserve to know what happened that day in Athens. The day you died, your breath, your pulse. Memories of his lifeless body flood your senses, making you shudder. He notices, and after a beat, his expression softens, his voice is softer. I'm sorry, Elliot. I know how much I hurt you. But it was the only way to get a fresh start away from Gaia. How did you manage to fool us? The architect supplied me with a drug that slowed my heart rate. I woke up in the mortuary, and then I hacked the records. As far as Gaia knew, I was already cremated, and I was free to start my new life. You remember a Gaia agent turning you away, telling you Rowan's body had already been... it was gone, before you could say one last goodbye. So, that entire mission in Athens, the explosion, all of that was you?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. Why didn't you tell me? If you wanted out of Gaia, then why didn't you just tell me? Why did you have to resort to faking your death in front of me? Do you have any idea how much I... You roll your fingers around his necklace. His hand reaches for yours, twining them together with the necklace's cool metal between. I'm sorry, Elena. Trust me. I wanted to tell you so badly, but I couldn't risk anyone knowing I was alive. Even you. He hesitates, as if debating whether or not to say more, and in the end, he goes on. The kind of life I was going towards, I couldn't let you get roped into it, knowing how dangerous it might be. I still don't understand why you went out of Gaia in the first place. Why would you join him? You can't tell me you think Gaia is perfect. They might talk big game about helping people, but think back. How many people have we really helped? Even in Athens that day, all that destruction for a hard drive. Why? Sometimes we don't get to know the why. That's part of the job, Rowan. Doesn't that ever make you furious? I couldn't stand it. I felt helpless until I met the architect. He showed me a path forward. You mean causing even more death and destruction? Sometimes casualties are necessary for the greater good. You really believe that? Yes. Yes. And my and the architect's goals are the same. To make the world fair for everyone. Not just the felt wealthy and elite. Gaia's nothing compared to what he would accomplish. With the right help, my help. How can you say that? Gaia keeps the chaos of the world in check. The architect is one causing it. Anytime someone challenges the status quo, they're labeled a villain. He's a modern-day Robin Hood taken from the rich to care for the poor. You can't actually believe that. Rowan. He's a cold-blooded murderer. I've seen him kill without mercy or hesitation the supplier, Alex Reed. He tortured and killed Chester Stromberg. I was there, Elliot. Yes, you were, and you didn't stop any of it. Stromberg is a horrific stain on humankind. You have no idea what he did, who he's exploiting. Then enlighten me. We don't have time. You've always hated all the Gaia's regulations. I cut the leash they had around my neck to invoke real, long, lasting change. If you would just trust me again, you can do that too. He gently places a hand on your cheek, his eyes full of sincerity. I'm still your Rowan, Elliot. My employer might have changed, but nothing else. All I want to do is help people. His fingers trail down your cheek. Come with me, and we'll explain everything. Come with you? We'll grab the painting. I'll bring you to the architect. You'll be able to help so many people. Bring about the change you've always wanted to see. And we'd be together again. Rowan. He holds out his hand to you. You stare at it, struggling to breathe. I barely recognize you. I don't know what the architect's done to brainwash you, but I'll never join him. He scoffs and lowers his hand. I made this decision on my own, and it's the right one. I only wish I could have helped you too. Guards shout down the hallway, closing in on your location. Goodbye, Elliot. Rowan snatches the painting and starts running. With a shaking hand, you finally unholster your gun. Rowan, drop the painting or I'll shoot. He spares a look over his shoulder at you, eyes wide. You cock the hammer back on your gun and aim. You wouldn't. You don't have the guts. Wow. That's a choice. I'm gonna think about this one. I thought for 60 seconds, maybe less. Your finger twitches against the trigger. pausing for a moment. In your hesitation, he starts running again. Damn it. Pull the trigger, but your shot goes wide. Like I said, you don't have the guts. Rowan runs faster, disappearing from your sight with the painting. Hey, at least I tried. You brace yourself against the wall as the voices loom closer. There you are, Jones.
Where's the painting?
It's gone. I lost it. Callum wipes a bead of sweat from his brow, an expression on his face you can't quite place.
We'll fix it, Harada, somehow. Later. You two have to get out of here. Take the vents out. But what about you? Japanese intelligence is sending backup if they find you here.
As the guards close in, Harada grins and raises his fists.
Go. I'll buy you time.
We owe you a beer.
And a job offer. Now go.
The guards rush at Harada, who holds the line. A flurry of blows and movement. Guards after guards fall to the ground under his fists.
Jones, come on. We need to keep going or else we'll be caught.
Quickly, the two of you go back to the vents, opening. Once you crawl inside, hurrying back through the museum. Eventually, you and Callum drop back down into the room where you first access the vents. Come in. Hello, are you guys okay? We made it out. Where are you? When the alarm went off, I slipped out with the rest of the gas. I'm at the hotel.
We'll meet you there.
The two of you retrieve your clothing and carefully change out of your mission apparel. You glance at Callum as he slips out of his jacket. Your gaze runs down the length of his bare back, and you can't help but recall the soft sensation of his skin against yours. Oh, don't think about that right now, Elliot. Once the two of you are presentable again, you exchange a look. Callum, you have a bruise. Right there. You touch his throat lightly, your fingertips skimming the small, and he leans into your touch.
Nothing we can do about it now.
Does it hurt? Did he injure you?
I'm fine, Elliot, I promise. Let's just go get Vivian. She's probably going out of her mind.
As quickly and subtly as you can, you and Callum head out of the museum and back towards your car. You slip through the panicked crowd and into your vehicle. Callum dials a director directly. He answers to the first ring, brisk and intent.
Callum, how did the infiltration go?
Unfortunately, it's not good news. We lost the painting to the contractor, who is an ex-Gaia agent.
Which agent?
Callum glances at you. You keep your gaze firmly on the road, your jaw clenched, but speak the words. Rowan Salazar.
Rowan Salazar is dead.
I can assure you he is not. He managed to leave with a forsaken freedom. There's a long, tense silence. The director's voice is level and hard when he speaks next.
Agent Jones, did you know Agent Salazar was alive?
Yes! This entire time I've been pining about his loss and not getting over it. Only for it to be a charade. By the way, I quit my job. Have a good one. Well, this book's over. What are you implying? I grieved for over a year. You know I refused a partner after he faked his death. I didn't know he had survived, much less that he worked for the architect. Callum puts a comforting hand on your thigh. You glance at him in thanks.
Marvin, I saw it happen. Agent Jones had no idea. It doesn't matter how it happened. Our one lead is dead and the enemy has an encryption key. I want both of you to return to HQ right away. I'll arrange a flight back personally.
But Rowan is still in the city. We can...
That's not a request.
The call cuts out and you're from. Callum shakes his head.
We'll find a way to fix this, Elliot.
You arrive at the hotel, dragging yourself up to the room. With every step, you feel the pit in your stomach continue to sink. But when you open the door... Oh my god, you're back. I was about to stress eat my 8th bag of these little emoji chips from the minibar.
I'm touched, Vivian. You do know they charge those to the room, right?
Like Gaia doesn't have a chip budget, please. Her eyes dart between you, and she seems to recognize the heaviness in the air. I'll, give you 2 a minute. She plucks a bag of chips from the bed and retreats to the bathroom.
Callum gently touches your elbow. Elliot, listen to me. I know Marvin sounded mad, but
Of course he's mad, I'm mad.
like you said to me earlier tonight, we're a team, and we did everything we could.
I don't think you understand, it's just... This isn't just a botched mission. This is personal. I can't believe Rowan is the contractor. It's hard enough to thinking he was dead, but this is worse. Anger flares through you at the memory facing Rowan in the museum vault. He's working for the enemy. He's convinced that what they're doing together is right.
I'm sorry. I can't even begin to know how that feels.
Swallowing, you take Rowan's necklace from your pocket. You stare at it a moment. You fist your hand tight around it. This necklace was a way for me to grieve and hold him close. But it was just another lie. What a waste. You throw the necklace away, skidding across the floor. He always has been rash, but I never thought he would turn to this. He retrieves the necklace and then places it in your palm, closing his hands around yours. His death might have been a lie, but that doesn't discount your grief. I can imagine what you're going through, but maybe if you talked about it, some of the pain might ease. Take it from someone who bottles up his feelings, sometimes all you need is an ear. That I very much agree with. Sometimes all you need is an ear, and then sometimes that isn't enough, unfortunately. You open your hand, looking down at Rowan's necklace. Callum moves his hand away. I just don't get why he couldn't tell me what was going on. I feel like that's part of what hurts the most. He said it to protect me. But all it did was bring me grief, unimaginable grief.
Perhaps Rowan was trying to spare your feelings.
He didn't spare me anything.
Think about it. You're a dedicated guy, a phantom. Maybe he thought you would condemn him for wanting something different.
I would condemn Rowan. Maybe that's what he deserves. If you had asked me a year ago, I would have laughed you out of the room. Working for the architect, a terrorist? That's not Rowan I know. So maybe I was right to grieve for him. Because the Rowan I know and knew is gone.
But the Rowan you knew wasn't being totally honest.
That's almost worse.
Maybe he's not gone, but changed. He seems to have his own reasoning for this.
Back in the museum, he tried to tell me the architect was working for some greater good.
The greater good for whom?
That's what I asked, and then when he tried to recruit me...
Silence stretches between you and Callum as he parses your meaning. And?
I would never, but Rowan thought I would. Or he hoped. With a sigh, you put Rowan's necklace back in your pocket. It feels strange to carry the necklace now. Rowan's alive, working with the man. We're on a mission to stop. What's there to mourn?
It's not strange. He means a lot to you.
He did. But...
You look at Callum, gazes down to the floor, he's stiff, waiting for the blow.
You mean something to me too, Callum.
Elliot.
Is that really so hard to believe?
Even I can tell you're in love with Rowan.
He changed, and so have I. All I feel now is... guilty for not knowing he was alive. If I had just known...
How? Rowan left you alone in the dark. He doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt, and I would never do that to you. But I understand why you might feel conflicted, because we...
You realize you haven't seen Callum look this uncertain before. Reaching out, you wrap your hand around his wrist until you can feel his speeding pulse. I don't regret being with you. Not for a moment.
But... I know you wouldn't join the architect, but could you stop Rowan if you had to?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I tried today, but tomorrow could be different. He takes a deep, steadying breath and squares his shoulders.
Can I ask a follow-up question? It's a little forward.
A forward question from Callum Gray. That's never happened before. Callum doesn't laugh. Curls his hand and fists on his lap.
This thing between us, if you'd rather just forget about it, I need to know. I need you to be honest.
Forget about it?
I won't get between you and the love of your life, Elliot. I'm not that kind of person. Just tell me the truth. Even if Rowan isn't returned, I need to know where we stand.
The truth is, I have feelings for you. You captivate me, Agent Gray. You pick up his hand and kiss the back of his knuckles. I know I didn't want another partner, but then I saw you, the real you, and I liked what I saw.
And you're not just flirting with me, are you?
For once, this is real. I might have been a bit cavalier at first, but I mean what I say, Callum. A slow smile overtakes his face, and he leans closer towards you, his fingers wrapping around yours.
Good, because this is real too.
You lean back, and despite yourself, your eyes fall to Callum's lips. Whatever happens, this moment is ours. Just ours.
Then we better make the most of it.
Gently, you close the distance and press your lips to his. The kiss is soft, sweet, and the two of you linger in it. The kiss is different than the others you've shared. It grounds you as if the two of you are completely in sync.
Elliot.
He pulls you closer, and your breath catches in your throat. You pull back, staring deeply into his eyes. I don't want to lose you, Callum.
You won't, and certainly not to Rowan Salazar.
You grin, feeling yourself for the first time all day. Callum's smile matches your own. Partners, no matter what. Switzerland. Can we get some chocolate and coffee while we're here? After the director arranges a private flight, you and Callum return to HQ. As you approach the director's office, June looks up from her desk, lips pursed. Agents, welcome back. Finally, a familiar face. That knows how angry the director is. June's shoulders droop a bit, and her hand hesitates on her mouse. You'll find out soon enough. Nothing I can say at this point would prepare you.
Is your director and the agent ready to see us despite the confusion? We think he'll be interested in our report.
I'm sure he's very interested, Agent Gray. Go on in, and good luck. June doesn't meet your eyes as you walk past her desk. That's because everybody thinks we knew that Rowan was alive, and we possibly are working with him against the agency. Of course people are going to look at you that way. The director sits at his desk with his hands steepled, watching you grimly. You and Callum uneasily take the two chairs across from him.
Well, this is certainly a mess, isn't it, agents?
Director,
you don't get to talk yet, Jones.
You quickly swallow down the words. Marvin continues, the scowl fading from his face.
In addition to losing the encryption key, the fallout from the gala is astronomical. At least I don't have to resort to breaking you out of prison, but that's a very low bar.
Come on, Director. You know we're trying our best. He pounds a fist against his desk, startling you.
Our biggest lead against taking down the architect is gone. How could you let Rowan Salazar escape with a painting?
Sir, I tried to shoot. I missed. I'm sorry. Director takes a deep breath as he takes this in.
Of course you missed. It's Rowan, after all.
Sir? Marvin stands up to pace his office, hands clasped behind his back.
Agent Jones, I'm beginning to question what role you played in this heist.
Excuse me? How dare you question my loyalty?
Your actions, lack thereof, in stopping the theft of the Forsaken Freedom spoke loudly enough.
I won't sit here and have my loyalty questioned like this. I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, perhaps, but the evidence against you is too strong to ignore. Director, not once have I seen any inclination that Agent Jones would betray us. This is a certain level of pressure I'm under from the people I answer to. I have to ensure everyone's safety.
And so do we. We took an oath as Phantoms, and I intend to keep it.
Your intentions do not matter. You could have stopped Rowan, yet you did not. Your past with him is well documented. I cannot risk the slightest possibility that you might be working for the enemy. I'm taking you off the mission, Agent Jones. Director, think this through. This is ridiculous. I have thought about this, Agent Gray, extensively.
You're making a huge mistake. I'm not a rogue agent. The director pauses, a look of regret flashing across his face.
My mind is made up. Until the architect is taken down, you'll be held in Gaia custody for as long as it takes.
Well, that was short and sweet. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to a bunch of cool things and a bunch of ways to support the channel and this community. Without further ado, I thank you all for watching. It's very much appreciated. Pretty much, sorry about being late today. I'll get the other chapter done as soon as possible. I've just been through a lot in these last 48 hours. I've been through a lot, and there's so much more happening, and there's another appointment tomorrow, and a lot of wheels are turning, but in my opinion, a lot of wheels, it's just not enough, and it's not fast enough, in my opinion. The urgency for a lot of things are overwhelming me, and I'm trying to keep myself calm and composed and low stress and all that. So yeah, so without further ado, once again, I thank each and every one of you that continues to support this content, that continues to tune in. You know, I renewed VIP just a couple hours ago to make sure that I would cover the content for each and every single one of you that is loyal to this channel. So, you know, part of me really, I had canceled the sub, and I was just gonna, you know, make an announcement to the channel and be like, you know what, I'm just tired. It's just, I literally am. And just I'll cover normal content until, you know, things are released and focus on some new avenues and whatnot. But I figured, you know, just keep rolling with it, you know. At the releases of this, maybe, just maybe, if they reach like a maximum of like 18 to 20 with this book, we could maybe finish this together, you know, probably next month sometime in December, but we'll see. But without further ado, love your beautiful faces. You know what to do, it's on the screen. Catch you all next time. Peace out.